there's a bunch of lies surrounding porn, and one of the lies is I don't need help. I can beat this on my own.
Hmm.
That maybe in a world where we weren't inundated with pornography all the time, that was true. But now when we have algorithms deliberately tuned to to get us and keep us hooked, it's and when we've got it in our pocket all the time, we've got one of these things like a porn machine in our pocket
Right.
at all times, day and night. How how could an alcoholic stay sober if he had a flask in his pocket at all times, just
Great point.
waiting for him to have a weak moment? Like in 2026, we need to keep ourselves safe. We need to take some steps, and life's too short not to,
Hmm.
There's too much goodness out there. Um, Another one of the lies I think is that I can't be happy without porn.
Hmm.
It's a subtle one, but I think like how could I ever be happy if I don't have this thing to turn to?
Hmm.
And yet it's such a lie because we are so much happier without it. Quitting porn is just worth it 1,000 times over. The confidence you get, the like what you're giving up every time you look at porn, you start to see it when you quit. Um, if I would say to anybody who who's like on the fence about pornography, like try it for a couple months, even 1 month. Try it for 30 days. Just and if you try ever accountable and you don't like it, like I'll refund you. I do that whenever someone says it doesn't work for me. I'll refund them. It's I don't want to take money from somebody who's not benefiting, but just
Hmm.
try it for a little while and see the difference. Your confidence, like you start wanting to work for your dreams, make something out of yourself. Be someone you can look in the mirror and be proud of. Like that stuff. That's why I started Ever Accountable, and I'm sure that kind of thing is why you're doing what you're doing, Mac, with the Porn Free Millennial. Like it's just worth it.
Yeah, and I think you hit on something pretty profound, I think you start to look at the world differently.
Mm,
I think with porn, when you get sucked into it, and I think a lot of people are in a spot where, like I was, where you just feel like you're just really stuck, like you're lost, you don't know what to do. And like I just shared, right? When I downloaded that accountability software, a little over 3 years ago, like that was a milestone moment, I think, in my recovery. Because before that, I never had any accountability software. And, I'd have sobriety, streaks and stuff. But
mhm.
once I downloaded that accountability software, and once I, really, was I started to use your guys' accountability software as well, it really just it adds in like that friction to where you're doing like recovery smarter, not harder. Like it's like
Absolutely.
like I would say like the threshold, right? Like I think the accountability software that gets me like into like 85, 90% to where I'm like I'm cruising, right? Like I'm like I got 85, 90% like that kind of stuff, like those temptations like without the software, like I'd be probably more at like, 60% or 50% to where if I'm kind of struggling or, I'm having a bad day or I'm not really in a good routine, it's more of like a coin flip. Not like right now, but I'd say like when I was like really struggling, it was kind of more of like a coin flip of like where I'd be that day. It could kind of go either way. But once you put the accountability software in there, you have an accountability partner. Like we said, that's really important. It like increases that threshold of living into who you want to be and seeing a world that's bigger. I think that's what I wanted to get to is I think when you're in this porn prison, your world gets like a lot smaller, I think. Like it gets a
Mhm.
lot smaller. Um,
Yeah.
and it's like you have this infinite amount of porn, but it's not like really giving you anything back. It's not really giving you any value back. And then it's like once you remove that from your life, then it's like your world, it like opens up and you just start seeing things and you're like, whoa, like I can look at a woman without like having to, declothe her in my mind. I can go to church and I can feel like God's love wash over me and not
Yeah.
feel like I'm just this wretched soul. like you can start to work on things, um, I think in such a more meaningful way. Because I think with the porn, for me at least, it was just always like lurking there. It's like that monkey on your back. It's like that shadow to where, hey, none of us are perfect, right? But I think it made like working on myself or like my past relationships, it just added to that weight, right? Because that credit card balance was not being paid off. Like it just kept going and going and going, right? And
Yeah.
building. I'm like swiping I think that's kind of like with porn, man. I think it's like you're swiping like a credit card. And it's like you're not actually like giving up any like cash, but you're chipping away at yourself. But you're just swiping, thinking, hey, like yeah, like I've got like unlimited credit card limit here. Like I can just keep going and going and going. But eventually, I think that balance comes due to where you got to pay it at some point, you know?
And it comes due like every day and it just
Yeah.
weighs on you. Yeah. And the porn, it doesn't bring any like it's like eating dust or something.
Hmm.
I was thinking the other day if this is a Bible metaphor, but God told the snake in the Garden of Eden, you're going to eat dust all the days of your life. And I think a snake represents Satan, and like anything that comes from that, like pornography, is like eating dust. It might seem for a minute like it's filling you up. Imagine, but if you had nothing but dust to eat, imagine a bowl full of dust for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day for the rest of your life. Like, how hungry would you get? It just will not fill, it won't satisfy. And we know that with porn. Like, it starts off with just people maybe in exercise clothes and then less clothes and then no clothes and then doing more and more and more extreme things and it's you're never satisfied. You're never like, okay, I'm full, I'm good. It's just like this insatiable craving that's never going to be filled. And yet it lies to you and tells you that you will somehow and that you need more, but you get more and then it doesn't satisfy you. And the whole time it's swiping that credit card against like against the most valuable parts of yourself.